Hi, I'm Grace, and we're here with Najil Range and Rose Saul. So guys, how does media influence your political views, if at all?
Okay, so for me, media influences my political views a little bit, only because my parents, like, their political views kind of follow through with their children, so like me, and but I do have my own opinions on certain things and decisions that are made, being like the government, local government, things like that. So I have my own opinions, and social media and media in general has really affected me in my decision to what I think about different things. But yeah.
Okay, Rose, how about you?
For me personally, I don't like politics. I think it's stupid. But like the media will rarely affect what I believed or my opinions. I know what I believe. I know my opinions, and with the media, sometimes it can be biased, or sometimes they can portray an event one way when it really wasn't like that at all. And in the past, with being Muslim and black and woman, the media's kind of black and a woman. The media's kind of made me or people like me seem like a bad person, therefore I don't really listen to the media. But my parents watch like MSNBC and CNN and Fox just to get like everyone's opinions, just to form their own. So I think I'm kind of like that too.
Mm-hmm. So what are your main news sources? Do you use social media?
For me, I have Twitter, and when I'm going through my timeline, I see, like, I do retweet and I tweet, I like things that are political based with some things that are happening in the media, but I do recognize, since we took AP similar, like AP classes, like research classes, whatever, writing classes, we understand that the bias that's in Twitter specifically is very strong, and it's all opinion, and a lot of it's claims or mixed up facts, so they're not real facts. I do use social media. I generally enjoy watching news sources, like news, like CNN, MSNBC, what else? Oh, World Nightly News. I love them. I also like to watch 2020, which is off the topic. But yeah, so those are the few things I like to watch to get my, knowledge and education.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the question.
How do you mainly get your news? Social media or broadcasters or?
I love Twitter. I think Twitter's hilarious, but it's also informative. So I do get a lot of my information from Twitter, but I'll never judge it or never make an opinion based off Twitter. I'll either go to my father and ask him, or when he's watching the news, sometimes it'll come up and I'll just listen. And then I won't have my opinion or what I think should be done until I feel as if I'm educated on the topic.
Mm-hmm.
So Twitter is like breaking news, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then like MSNBC and CNN are like this is what's happening. And then Google's like, girl, here are the facts. Like,
Do you guys do background research on things that you see on Twitter? Like, do you trust things that you see on social media?
No. Yeah, depending on, I like to do my research on topics that I'm passionate about. So topics like political topics like now that's happening, since they're more relevant to me and the people around me, I like to research those, or like go back and look at who was telling that story. So if I'm getting my information from another friend who knows the exact same as I do, I'm gonna have to like recheck like where they got that from.
Yeah.
Like, oh, is that like factual, or is that just like an opinion that you had? Because it's very easy to get your opinions mixed up with your facts. So I like to recheck like what I'm listening to or what I've seen on Twitter or whatever. And normally I don't always trust that wholeheartedly. I take it into account, but I don't trust it wholeheartedly.
Mm-hmm.
With my last response, I guess it kind of shows that I don't trust Twitter, but I'll only do, if it interests me, or if it's like a serious problem, I'll do like background like research. But like, I love history. Like anything to do with history, I'm gonna research it. If it has to deal with like the Middle East or with Africa, I'll research it. But other than that, like I'll look at it and be like, whoa, wow, that's pretty crazy or like whatever. And then somehow it gets brought back into my life, whether from a teacher, a student, CNN or something, it still gets brought back. But I don't do research unless I have to explain it to someone else.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Grace. I'm here with PJ, and we're gonna do an interview.
Good to be here. Thank you for having me.
So PJ, how has media been able to influence your political opinions?
Whoa. Media has greatly influenced my opinion due to the fact that I am always on media and it always affects the way I look at situations and what is going on during the world. So I would say it heavily affects my opinion.
Do you get a lot of information about current events from a news channel like CNN?
Yes, I do. Lots of times I either watch WRAL or CNN. So yes, I do.
Do you get any information from social media?
I do. Lots of times if I go on Snapchat and I just check the stories or whatever about what's currently happening, I do find out a lot of news from Snapchat and looking on Twitter, stuff like that. So yeah.
Do you trust this information?
I do trust it, but to a certain degree. Like, you can't trust 100% of what's going on. You have to, pick and choose what you believe, and you always gotta do more research to make sure what you're watching is actually accurate.
Okay, and in your opinion, how do you think this past election would have been different if candidates were not able to have social media accounts? It's okay, you can.
Yeah, we're gonna skip that one.
Okay, okay.
Wait, we can come back. You can edit this out, please.
Okay, fine. What is your definition of fake news?
The definition of fake news
What's
to
your
me.
definition? Yeah.
All right, my definition would be falsely adjusting a story so that it would, falsely adjusting a story so that it would, hold up, falsely adjusting a story so that it would, what's the word? It's like,
Fit your.
yeah, fit your agenda. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
let me restart it. Okay. Fake news is falsely adjusting the news to fit your agenda so that it would do what you want and affect the people in a certain way.
Okay, thanks, PJ. Hi, I'm Grace, and we're here with Nick.
I'm Nick.
So, Nick, how has media been able to influence your political opinions?
Personally, media has not influenced my political opinions. It just influences what I see and makes me almost less interested in politics because what some people do is stupid and just doesn't make sense sometimes.
So, when you watch media, or when you get your media, where do you get it from?
Specifically, I like to go on Twitter a lot. It's just always really funny. Personally, I'd pay for Twitter. It's so funny. But I try to just block out some of the bad stuff on Twitter and look at the more things that entertain me.
Do you trust the information that you get from social media?
Heck no.
Do you do your own research?
If I see something that is that's
Suspicious.
kind of sketchy, yeah, I'll look it up.
Okay, and then do you spread information that you get from social media, like political information? Do you spread that too?
Nah, if I see something like politics or something on Twitter, I just don't even retweet it. I just look at it. If it's interesting, I'll research it, but usually I won't even retweet it or anything like that.
Okay, and last question. How do you think this last presidential election would have been different if the candidates were not allowed to have social media accounts?
I think it'd be actually a lot more interesting. I feel like the results would be pretty close to the same because both candidates used it very maliciously as opposed to using it for themselves. So, I think it'd be about the same results. I think maybe there would even be more of a margin for Trump of winning than Hillary of losing because of Trump's use of it maliciously. He would have, he almost hurt himself then.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Nick. Hi, my name's Grace, and I'm here with Brian.
Hi.
Okay, Brian, how has media been able to influence your political opinions?
Media has done a lot to influence my political opinions because I'm pretty active on social media, and just seeing everything, it just influences me a lot. I actually learn a lot from social media, things I didn't know happened.
So would you say social media is how you get information about news and current events?
Yeah, social media. I don't really watch the news because it's kind of scary and things they show, but
Okay.
I get it just through social media: Twitter, Instagram, Snap.
Do you trust this information?
Not a lot, just a little bit. I like to do my own research on things that interest me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you share this information often that you find on social media? Like retweet it, like send it to anybody, tell people about it?
Not really. I just kind of keep it to myself unless I'm talking to someone about it. But other than that, I'll just keep it to myself, think about it, and yeah.
Okay. And so in your opinion, do you think media has power over the government, or do you think government has power over media?
I think it's media over the government. So like a lot of people use the media, and a lot of people hate the government. So they believe the media over the government. Yeah.
And in this past election, do you think it would have been different if the candidates were not allowed to have social media accounts?
Yeah. Because I think it would be different because like Donald Trump, they were both using their Twitter accounts to bash each other, and like they were also doing that in the little debates. They were just bashing each other, and yeah. So I think it would have been different because they would have told like all those little secrets and little stuff about them that really wasn't necessary.
Okay, and I'm going to ask you one more question. With the growth of social media and its use in our society, how do you think the future of politics will be like?
I think it will be like the election that just happened. You know, candidates are going to try to get the upper edge using like little dirty secrets and stuff to like shame the other one. People are going to believe that, and yeah, it's going to form their will around that.
Interesting. Okay, thank you, Brian.